Welcome back to this 2,000 point Warhammer 40k battle report. Before we get into the list, I'd like to ask everybody to hit that like, subscribe, notification button. Really does help the channel grow, and I'd like to thank everybody who's done so already. Again, guys, we're just going to keep asking because that's why content creators do it. The more likes, the more subscribers and comments, the more we get caught up in the algorithm of YouTube's tornado. So it does help us. Actually, just hitting that notification button and subscribe does actually help, and we do appreciate it. So let's get into it. So again, new army for 2025. Blood Angels. Last time we were on, Tyranids kind of worked them over. So we had a couple changes, not many. I guess that's a little bit of a hobby lag. So we have, we'll start up here. We have 3 Sanguinary Guard, led by Dante. Dante will be my warlord. They will all have spears. They will be kitted out the way they are. We will go over here to a group of scouts. We have a 10-man unit of Death Company, 2 Eviscerators, 2 heavy fists. Power fists, and they'll be led by Lamartis. We have a Gladiator Lance, which will have the Laser Destroyer, 2 Stormbolters, Icarus, Rocket Pod, and Iron Hail Heavy Stubber. Then we'll have the Death Company Dreadnought. We'll have a Ball, that's what it is, Ball, Predator, Flamer, 2 Heavy Bolters, Hunter Killer. I think that's it. And then we have the Dreadnought Battalis. Excuse me, Lance Gannett and Rockets, and I believe they have Hurricane Bolters. I have to double check on that one. Then we have heavy intercessors with bolters. With what are they? They're bolt rifles, and then 1 heavy bolter. Stern Garvets, stern bolters, 1 heavy bolter. What else do we have here? We have a unit of assault intercessors. We have the lieutenant lone up guy with the combi weapon, the combi weapon lieutenant, the Sanguinary Guard. I'm sorry, the Sanguinor, and then Mephiston. The lieutenant will have the speed of the Primarch, which will give him fight first ability, that relic. So roughly about 1,970 points of Blood Angels. So let's go take a look at Dark Angels. All right, guys, before we get into it, my buddy Gabriel's back.
Hey, everybody.
All right, Gabriel, what'd you bring?
So today I brought my Dark Angels again. We have everybody's favorite Azrael and a Lieutenant with 10 Hellblasters. Okay. Followed up with 15 Deathwing Knights, 3x5, all of them with the Maces. Okay. We have a unit of 6 Inner Circle Companions with a Justiciar to lead them, give them that fights first. Just a basic unit of Scouts, a basic unit of Intercessors, 1 ATV, 1 unit of Ravenwing Black Knights, and then a Storm Raven. And I know that's going to be a little crazy to people who don't know. They see the Storm Raven. The reason is I'm in Lion's Blade. So anytime that the bikes, the ATV, or the Storm Raven are in combat with something, all of my infantry, except for the Scouts and Intercessors, get +2 to charge against that, which means when I'm bringing my Terminators out of Deep Strike, they're probably getting 7-inch charges, nice. Not 9-inch.
Nice. And dude, they're still cool, dude.
They are cool. I love this model. This thing's amazing.
Yeah, I don't care what anybody says. They're still cool, and whatever. How many points?
This is, I believe, 1,995.
And relics. Do you have any relics?
I don't have any enhancements on this.
All right, guys. We'll be back with the mission and deployment. All right, guys. We are back after the mission and deployment. We had one quick change. I decided I was going to play the Storm Raven instead of the Predator and instead of the Ballistic, just because I wanted to make it a little bit, me and Gabriel talked about it, because of the way the board's set up, I wanted to make it a little bit more even. Plus, I wanted to have a dogfight between Dark Angel vehicles, and Astartes Angel vehicles, I should say. So it is equipped with 2 Hurricane Bolters, the missile launcher, the Twin Laz, and the Meltas. That's what's going to be the loadout for that. The game we're going to play, Dawn of War, Fog of War, which basically means that in the first round we cannot use any core strats, and I think everybody gets cover, right?
Yep, everybody gets
cover. And then we have supply drop. So supply drop with this is going to happen in round 4. This one's going to turn away, go take away, And in round 5, this is going to be taken away. The object of this game, it's a little bit of a custom narrative game that we got going on here. So if you pull this back, you see we got brand new terrain, brand new mat. This is a Necron stronghold. This here is Necron relic that Blood Angels and Dark Angels are coming to study, figure out what's going on with it. And that's what's happening in this particular world. So that's why this is going to stay there to the end of the game. We are not. So now you guys have to follow this. This whole piece here, this Necron fortress or this stronghold, we're going to treat it as one big piece of terrain. It's going to be ruins. However, you cannot see in, you cannot see out. If you're inside of it, you're basically in I would say a Necron. What do you think? What do we call that?
Tomb. It's a Necron tomb.
Like a Necron tomb. So you can't see in, can't see out. Once you go in, you are no longer visible to the outside world. So if I'm inside here, I cannot shoot anything over there, Matt, regardless, and he cannot shoot me. We can only shoot what's inside here. So it's a game within a game. Inside the tomb, outside the tomb. The rocks are all going to be rocks and crates. However, this one, I'm going to go all the way up. The crates are going to go all the way up, so we can hide behind those. That rock's going to go all the way up as well. And then we have these two put together are going to go all the way up. Everything else is going to be covered. So that's going to cover what the board. The billboards, however, guys, we'll go over this. Mr. Blowfish, I think you might have been picked before, too. Basically, what I do with these is, if you guys leave a comment below and you're a subscriber, I put your name in a hat. Once every bat rep, I will pull out one of the comments subscriber's name, and then I will feature them on a billboard, just a customized billboard, showing them a little love, just a thank you for just subscribing and watching and commenting. Obviously, we have a Dark Angel billboard because I'm playing Dark Angels. So that's what we got going on here. So I think, like I said, Mr. Blowfish, I think you might have won already. However, you got picked. So that's what we got going on. If you are a member, you decide to support the channel, starts at 99 cents, goes up. We have the 99 cents, basically, if you do support the channel any monetarily wise, I will actually customize a billboard and send it to you. So for example, if Mr. Blowfish was a member, he would actually be getting this. I'll send it to you for free. There's no charge. I do not charge even for shipping. So if someone contacts you from my channel and says that you won anything, because I guess this has been going on, YouTube has warned us about this. If someone contacts you from me and says that you won this, all you have to do is pay the shipping. Do not do it, because that is not how we operate. So that's what we got going on here. Deployment. So I have the Dreadnought, the Death Company Dread, and the Sternguard Vets in here. I have the Sanguinary up in the air, Dante up in the air, and the Sanguinary Guard up in the air. Gabriel, what do you got going on over there?
I have the Hellblasters with Azrael and Lieutenant inside the Storm Raven, and I have 2 5-mans of Deathwing Knights up in the sky.
All right, and deployment, basically you just had everything over here. We're both playing tactical. Is that correct? So I guess we're going to just let the cards lead us to where we're going. Just kind of hiding everything over here. I brought my lieutenant over here just to kind of get out. But if I don't go first, he might get shot off the table. And then we got some scouts there for Gabriel. And everything else around the board, we'll just take a look. We got going on here. And just kind of pretty heavy going to the right side. Looks like there's going to be a lot of fighting on that side of the board. First or second turn?
I think I want to go second here, but we'll see. Hey, I go first.
First. All right. So, all right, we will be back after your. I'm playing Liberator. I don't know if I said that already. I'm playing the True Blood Angel Liberated Detachment. I'm glad GW fixed that. So I'm actually True Blood Angels, not playing Blood Angels, playing the Blood Angel Detachment. All right, we'll be back. All right, guys, we are back after Gabriel's moving phase. So real quick, guys, I forgot to say this. Our aircrafts cannot fly over this either. So that's one thing. That's another contingency that we have going on with that. So command phase stuff.
Command phase. So Azrael gets me an extra CP for free. Okay. And then I oathed this big company of Death Company.
Yeah, nice.
So that is it for the command phase. Movement phase, a couple of things. I advanced these Deathwing Knights in the middle. These inner circle advanced for 6, so they got a big 12-inch move to end up there in the center. I've got the scouts ran away back here, and they're just hiding. For recover assets, I've got my intercessors here in the back, and then my ATV doing it in the center.
Okay.
And that is where we're at for movement phase and start of shooting. So now I think we'll just get started. So right off the rip, we're going to go Azrael and the Hellblasters. Everything's going to go into those death companies. So we'll start off with Azrael shooting. Okay. He has 2 shots with anti-infantry, dev wounds, rapid fire, lethal, and sustained. Both of those will hit. And you know what? I think I'm going to reroll both of them with the moment. So just 2 hits, and then strength is 8. So wound you on 2s with anti-infantry 4-up. So that's 1 dev wound, and then 1 save at AP 3.
All right, here's the save first at AP 3.
Yep.
All right, so this is going to be 6 up. Nope. And then damage?
2, but -1 damage thanks to a Marty, so down to 1 apiece.
1 each, so it's 6 up, feel no pains for his death company. Save 1, takes 1.
All right. So 10, 15. Here are the 20 shots from the Hellblasters. We're going to overcharge this.
All right.
And then we're going to hit on 3s here.
Are these sustained as well?
These are sustained lethal.
Okay.
So we'll come back to that in a second.
Nice, nice.
So that is 1, 2, 3 sustain. So we're going to just 5. Thank you. We're going to set 5 dice off to the side for the lethals, and then just reroll all these. And then since I overcharged, these will wound on 2s as well. All right. That is 5, 10, 15, 20.
I'm just going to roll here.
Oh, yep.
20 AP.
AP 3.
All right, so 26 ups. I'm not getting cover, I don't think so.
Nope, I can see you.
Okay. Can you put those in there, please?
Absolutely.
All right, so 6s. All right, so save that many. And then these are
2 damage down to 1, so just I'm gonna roll all of it.
Yep. So 6s again.
Yep.
All right.
Not so good.
No. This kills the 1 guy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them dead.
All right.
Let me remove some of these.
Yes, this will matter.
Go.
All right, we're going to do the hazardous check. Everybody lives.
Everybody lives. All right, so let me be right back. All righty.
All right, then we'll go to the Ravenwing Black Knights. Ravenwing Black Knights have some plasma guns on the front of their bikes. So they're actually, let me double check, because it is 18 inches instead of 24.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah. Only 2 of them can see, though, so that'll be the only 2 we fire. It's going to be 4 shots, hitting on 3s. With a moment. 3 hits, strength of 8. So that's just 2 at AP3.
AP3, 6s. Nope.
1 and 1.
6s again.
There it is.
Another 1.
Okay. Then we need to do some hazardous checks on that unit. They're both good.
All right.
Next, we'll go to the Storm Raven. Storm Raven is going to do a bunch of shooting. So we're going to put the, let's say the Hurricane Bolters, all of them, into that death company we've been shooting things at.
Okay.
We'll put the twin heavy plasma cannon into the lieutenant by himself.
Okay.
We're going to supercharge that.
All right.
I'm going to put the Typhoon missile launcher with frag shots into the scouts right there.
All right.
And then I think we're going to do the Storm Strike missile launcher. Actually, you know what? We're going to put the Storm Strike missile launcher and the twin heavy plasma into the heavy marines, or the heavy intercessors, because damage 3.
All right, so what I'm going to do with that is armor contempt heavy intercessors.
Okay.
All right, guys, real quick. We had a quick correction. We do get covered this round. So we're saving on 5s on these. So we brought 1 back, and 1 is back on a full health. So now, Gabriel, changes a little bit what you wanted to do.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and put the Storm Strike missile launcher and the plasma cannons into the Death Company.
Okay.
We're going to put the the Hurricane Bolter, all of the shots into those scouts right in front of me.
Okay.
And then we're going to put the Typhoon missile crack rockets into the heavy intercessors.
Okay, so we're still gonna put the Typhoon heavy. How many shots is that again?
That's just 2. It's strength 9, AP2, D6 damage.
AP2, D6 damage. So it's gonna be AP1, and then everything you're going in here is AP1. I think I want to keep these guys alive, so I'm gonna.
It's all AP2.
I'm sorry. In my head, I was doing armor contempt.
And the plasma cannons will be AP3, so we'll still have 1 AP against them.
So I'll put the armor contempt instead of on these guys. I'll put it on these guys. Try to get those guys to live.
Okay. So we'll just cycle through these. First, Hurricane Bolters and the Scouts. That's 24 shots. We're just going to do this in 2 sets of 12. Make that a little better. Hitting on 3s. No special keywords. Then strength of 4 to 4. So wounding on 4s with twin linked here. So from the first set, that is 6 saves for you. AP nothing.
3s. Or are they a 4s?
No, it's 3s because they have a 4.
Right, so this
save.
One.
And then second set. Twin linked. So that looks like 8 or 9.
Are they 4s?
Yep. Okay. 8 or 9 on 3s again. Still no AP here.
So 1 dice.
All right.
Alrighty.
Then
move by 1.
Moving on, we have the Storm Strike missile launcher. This is going into the Death Company here. That'll hit on a 4, and then it'll wound on a 2. That'll wound. That's AP2 down to nothing with cover on AOC.
Good.
All right, and then the Supercharged Heavy Plasma Cannons, D3 shots for 3 shots. Hitting on 3s, everything hits. Strength of 8, so wounding on 2s. It's 4 at AP3, so down to AP1.
3 of them.
Yep.
AP1. Takes 1.
3 damage down to 2.
Kills 1.
Hazardous check. Fails that, so it'll take 3 damage. And then we have the Typhoon missile launcher with the crack rockets and the heavy intercessors. 1 hit, 1 miss. That'll wound it.
Yep, that will take
4 or 6 damage,
right,
killing one of the heavies.
All right. So that's going to kill one of these guys, right?
Yep, I think I picked 1 model out of every unit I shot at.
You did. Alrighty.
Okay. Then as far as other shooting goes, I think that about does it for shooting. So let's do some charging. I'm going to go ahead and charge the now wounded Storm Raven gunship. It's down to 11 wounds into the heavy intercessors there. He makes it on an 8.
All right, we'll move that when after you roll.
And then
what else you charge?
We'll attempt to charge the Raven Wing bikes into the lieutenant.
Okay.
It definitely takes at least a pivot. So we're gonna.
Well, they'll have to go around.
They have to go around. Yeah. So if we start from the middle,
12 or something, 11.
It's not quite a 12. It's probably a 9 or a 10.
Okay.
An 8 won't do. And I'm not. And we can't re-roll because of Fog of War.
First try, exactly.
So
all right, we'll move all this and be back.
Yep.
All right. So we moved in here, guys. So he's touching that. Let's do it.
All right. 6 attacks hitting on 4s with the armored hull. Then strength of 8, so wounding on 3s. That's 3. AP nothing. Damage 1.
You ram them. One's down to, I believe it's down to 2. Is there 3 wounds, Gravis?
I'll
have to look.
Gravis are 3 wounds.
All right. So at the end of the turn, what did you score?
At the end of the turn,
I'll fight back off camera.
I have recover assets ongoing, so that'll be if it completes, it'll be about 3 victory points.
Okay.
And I get nothing for overwhelming force.
All right, and we'll be back after my movement phase. All right, guys, we're back after my movement phase. So the cards I drew were Assassination and Storm Hostile, which is basically right in here is where I'm going to focus. I did pick Oath the Moment as the Hellblaster. She does have 2 characters in there, so I'm trying to try to eat through all that stuff. I realize when I kill him, he's going to get shot, so he's going to be able to kill things back. But I don't have a choice. I did go here, fell back, used a strat, and then fall back, shoot, and charge. However, when I'm when
you're engaged with any Raven Wing, which is my bikes, my ATV, and my Storm Raven, I force you to take a desperate escape test whenever you fall back from my Raven Wing. So He lost 2 of his heavy intercessors on that.
So lost 2, but I still need him to shoot. So that's what I'm trying to do. Move the Storm Raven to shoot everything there. Pop the Dreadnought out. He does have a flam or a bolt or whatever he has. He can go over there. Sternguard vets here are going to go into there. Mephiston, I moved up. I'm going to try to get this long charge here, see if I can stop him from recovering assets. And then I brought out my Lance to shoot at his Storm Raven. And then I kept these dudes right there just because there's no reason not to. There's no reason not to keep them there. So here's what we got. We're going to go with the Sternguard vets first. So we're going to have my glasses on real quick so we can see. Otherwise, I can't see this card. So Sternguard, we're going to go with one Sternguard heavy bolter, which is going to be 3 shots. Going into Hellblasters, it's going to be sustain 1, devastating, and heavy. They did move, so they don't get the heavy. They're hitting on 3s. All right, that misses.
No, on your oath target.
That still misses. And then strength 5, toughness 4, so 3s. And they both hit. So it's -2, but you get cover. -1, actually.
So I fail both.
2 damage each.
All right, that'll kill 2 of my Hellblasters. 1 will shoot.
All right.
The other dies.
So on that, do they have to shoot the target that they...
No, they can shoot whatever they want.
All right, that unit's done, so...
All right. No, you still have all your regular Sternguard bolt rifles.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So then we have... we have 4 of the Sternguard bolt rifles, which is going to be hitting on 3s.
It should be 8 dice there. Oh, yep, you got it. Great.
Yeah. All right, hitting on 3s. I believe they are not sustained.
Nope. Don't forget to reroll that 1 you missed for oath. There it is.
Thank you, sir. And then strength 4, toughness
4s with dev wounds. And real quick, before we see anything, I am going to use the anti-dev wounds once per game that Azrael gives his unit.
Okay, so what does that mean?
It's a 4-up, feel no pain against mortal wounds until the end of phase.
All right, so we have this one. I get to re-roll this though, right?
Yep.
Because they are my at the moment target. All right, so we have 3 devs.
Yep.
That you get to counter
and
on.
And then 5
and 5 regulars at -1, but you get cover.
So 3-up saves. So I failed 2. That'll kill 1 guy. And then I need to make 4-up feel no pains for his dev wounds.
Yep.
Make 1 more. So another 2 guys die.
All right, now that is the end of that unit.
Now, 1 is shooting back so far. The other 2 who died, 1 will shoot back. So
all
2 are going to shoot.
Okay.
And we're going to put all of those shots into the death company.
All right.
So I'll just remove them. And then we'll do 4 shots into the death company. And this still has sustained and lethal, and there's still my oath a moment target.
Yep.
All right, 3 hits, and then wounding on 2s. That's 3 at AP 3.
All right, so 5 ups on this one.
Yep.
Saved 1.
2 damage down to 1.
All right, and then 6 up for save 1. So
nice.
1 takes the damage. We'll put it on this guy back here, trailing.
All right, now they're gone.
Now, you know what? Let's go with let's just do the plane. All right, so Hurricane Bolters first, just because they're at the top of the page. And it is Rapid Fire 6. I'm not within 12. So we're going to have 12 shots because there's 2 of them. And it's going to be hitting on 3s with Oath. So that comes out. And then it's going to be Strength 4, Toughness 4.
Yep.
So 4s. Pretty solid.
Yeah. This will be 3-up saves. So that's 2. 1 guy will die. He will shoot on death.
All right. Then we have the Storm Missile Launcher, which is just 1. Misses, but it is Oath. Hits. So it's strength 2s. Wounds.
-4 up invuln. Fails. Damage.
3.
Does he shoot on death? He does.
All right. And then we have, going down the list here, then we have Last Cannons. Just 1. Misses. Oath. Hits. 2s. Hits. Minus. You know what that is.
Fail that too.
D6 plus 1.
Yep.
So it's going to kill one no matter.
Kills one, so he will shoot on death as well.
Okay. Then the Multi-Meltas.
Are you in range for the Multi-Meltas?
18 inches. Double check for me.
Yes.
All right. So 2. Oath. Both hit. Both wound.
4 of Invulns again. Ooh. I feel like you've got all the good dice, Dave. What's going on here? All right.
We traded.
Neither of them feel like shooting either.
All right. And then I think that is it for that. Thought I had heavy bolters on it, but I might not have. All right. So that's it for that. So they get to shoot.
All right. So that is going to be 3 shooting. All this will go into the death company again.
Okay. That's a 3.
That's a 3. All right. Then these are still oath. That's a little better. So that's 2 lethals. Everything else hits, and this will win on 2s. That is going to be 8. Maybe 3 down to 2.
5 ups. Pretty solid. So these miss. And then they're 1 damage each.
1 damage each.
So I need 6s. So 2 more die.
I think that'll...
So it kills this guy.
Yep.
Kills this guy. And puts Lamarty's down to 3.
Okay.
All right. So that leaves me with those heavy intercessors. Going to go into them as well.
Didn't they just shoot?
No, I decided not to do that first and shoot this first. Now they're going to shoot. I did say they were going to shoot, but decided to do the plane. So we have bolt rifle, which is going to be 3 shots. And that's going to be hitting on 3s. Have them both a moment. Misses. 3s. Both of them. So -1, but you can cover.
All right. Good on both.
All right.
Made some saves.
And then my heavy bolt rifles, 2 shots. Miss. Hit 1. And wounds. -1.
Good.
Alrighty. And I think I get one last shooting with the Dread. Alright, guys. So he has I equipped him with the Melta. So we're going to go to Melta first. Actually, let's do the Twin Icarus Hell Heavy Stubber, which is going to be 3 shots, hitting on 3s. Ball hit. There is rapid fire 3, but am I within 18?
You are within 18. You're within Melta range.
So let me roll 3 more of those. Also 3 of those. So now we have strength is 4, so I need 4s.
All right.
They are twin linked.
Okay.
So just that many, no AP.
So we're good on those.
All right. Meltas.
The sergeant doesn't want to die so far. We'll see.
Thank goodness for both. Oh, doesn't matter. All right, so that was it for that. I think that is looking at all my shooting. So we're going to go Mephisto on into that guy with his plasma gun.
All right.
So Mephisto hitting on 2s. This is going to be his pistol first, and we are not going to supercharge it. So 1 shot hits on 2s. Hits. Strength 7. Wounds.
Yes.
-2, but you do get cover. 1 damage.
Pass.
All right, and then we got Fury of the Ancients, which we're going to do the. We'll just do the Witch Fire, which is going to be 3 shots within 18 inches, hitting on 2s, and then Strength 4, Toughness 4, so 5s. So just 1 at 1 at -1.
Safe.
All right, D3. All right, good. All right, so that's all my.
No, the Lancer and the Storm Raven.
Holy cow! This is more shooting than I'm used to. All right, so.
And here I'm going to go ahead and Armor of Contempt.
Okay, Storm Raven there from the Lancer. All right, so we're going to start with the big gun. Lancer Destroyer, 2 shots, hitting on 3s. Both hit. Strength 14, toughness is
10.
less, so 3s. I'm going to one-time reroll that. So we have 2, and it is -4, but you're going to -2 on that. So.
Yep, so 5 ups. Fail both.
All right. D6 plus 3 each. So we have 14.
Okay. -2 damage apiece.
Yep.
But 12 is still enough.
Well,
Does he explode?
I hope not.
Nope.
All right, good. All right, and that's it for my shooting because I can't see anything else. And then we will go to, do we want to charge? I think we're going to charge. I think we're going to try to make this charge here and this charge. That sucks. I got to go into those bikes first. Let's do it anyway. Here and here. So first we're going to, you want to give me a range on the lieutenant?
It's
7 or 8?
It's a 10.
All right, so I roll a 10.
Okay.
So he's in. It was a 4 and a 6. And then we have
Lamarty's
into the bites. 7 might be.
That does it.
All right, and then we need this big one here from, and then we get a 11 from Mephiston.
All right,
we'll be back. All right, so we're just going to start here because Mephiston has to fight first anyway. So we have 6 attacks plus the extra one because of the charge.
Actually, Dave, I'll tell you what. He should have gotten to shoot back at Mephiston after Mephiston shot at him.
Okay.
Is that all right if we resolve that real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, multi-meltas into Mephiston. Both miss. And then the twin bolt rifle. 2 hits. Toughness on Mephiston?
Toughness 5.
Okay, so just 1 at AP 1.
Saved it.
All right.
All right, so 7 attacks because of the charge.
What's the AP on this?
It's going to be AP 3.
Okay, and damage on this?
Damage D's 3.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
All right, so hitting on 2s. Pretty solid.
Yeah.
It is lethal. All right, and then we have strength is now 11 because of the +2 on it.
So T5, so that puts you on 2s.
These 2 1 suck. 3 1 suck. So we have 4 at -3.
6 ups. Should have done armor.
D3 each. So that's not bad. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's live at 1.
I was gonna. We were both counting. So I wanted to. All right. So then let's go to Lamarty's. And over there. So Lamarty's is going to have 6 attacks because of the extra one. Hitting on 2s. Lethals. He does get lethals.
T5.
And then it's strength now is 8, so 3s. So this one misses. So we have 5 at -2, 2 damage.
5 ups. 1 bite dice.
All right. And then my lieutenant, who has the backside. Melee blade. So it's going to be 6 attacks with the extra attack.
So real quick, what's the strength on his weapon?
All right.
So before you start fighting, I'm going to use strength and unity to give your lieutenant -1 to wound.
-1 to wound. All right. So we have 6 attacks, hitting on 3s now because of the -1. They are still my oath because they're the Hellblasters. All right. So no any lethal or anything. They are sustained hit 1. So we got 2 of those. And then anti-infantry 4. How about that?
Right.
But it's still 3. It's 3. Yeah, it's anti-infantry 4 for melee weapons. But I'm strength 7. I'm sorry, strength 6, so it's still...
Okay, so -1 to wound is the stratagem I just used. So
-1 to wound? Okay, yeah. So it's going to be on 4s.
Yeah.
And re-roll this one because of the objective marker. Okay, so these miss. So we have 5 of them at no AP.
That'll kill the Hellblaster.
All right. Not enough to kill the dudes. Does he shoot?
He does.
Pistol?
That is lethal and sustain.
Yeah, who are you going into? Him?
But he has to go into
Okay.
into him. So that's 2 at AP3.
2 AP3s?
Yep.
All right, so we're going to have 5 up. I'm sorry, 6 ups. Misses it.
2 damage apiece.
2 damage each, and then he's got 5 up Philippine. So he'll take 3 of those 5.
Does he have the 5 up from being on the objective?
No, he has a 5 up just in here.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to be down to 1 wound.
Okay. And my Hellblaster will die.
Now you get to fight back, sir.
Yeah, so...
All right, I just piled in there, guys. So now he gets to fight.
All right, so Azrael has a bunch of attacks. Now, because they are not a unit anymore, Azrael is not giving out the sustained hits. So 6 attacks.
See if he stays alive.
Hitting on 2s. Strength of...
That -1 was a good strat.
Yeah, it helped out. So that is just 4 damage and dev wounds immediately.
Okay, he 4 damage?
Yeah.
So 5 ups.
And then 2 more saves if he survives that.
All right, let's do the saves first, because let's see.
It was AP4.
AP4, so no. So damage-wise?
2 apiece.
2 each. So we'll just add 2 more onto those. So we need all these to be 5s.
Yeah. Not quite.
Not even close. He dies. Does he blow up? No, I'm just kidding.
He would have, though.
He would have if he was...
All right, and then we've got the Ravenwing Black Knights. It is 6 attacks into Lamarty's, hitting on 3s, but this is still my oath target. So we're going to get to reroll those. It does have dev wounds. Nice, everything hits. And then strength of 5 to Lamarty's is just normal Marine body, right? So 3s. So that's 2 dev wounds at 1 damage apiece, and then 4 saves at AP2.
4 AP2s.
Wow, nice roll.
Pretty good. I don't know if he has an invul or not. I think he does. He has a 4 up, so he's going to take 1 of those.
Plus the 2 dev wounds.
And then 2 dev wounds, so now he's got 6 ups. And stays alive with 1. Lamarty's staying alive with 1. All right. Over here.
All right, then we just have some tire spinning from the ATV. It's going to be 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. The ATV really wanted it. And then no keywords, wound on 4s. That's 3 at AP nothing.
3 AP nothing?
Mephisto.
I think Mephisto's a 4 up as well.
No, he's definitely better than 4 up. I don't know if he's a 2
he
up.
is, dude. He's got a 5 up invul.
He's a 2 up, 5 up.
He's a 2 up, 5 up. Yeah, so save those.
Yeah.
2 up, 5 up, and then 4 up feeling okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. So at the end of my turn. All right, guys, we were back after after Gabriel's movement phase. So real quick, I cannot get overwhelming force, I think it was whatever it was. I could not get in the first round, so I changed that to engage on all fronts, which I did not get. So I put that back for a CP. Fired Overwatch, got him down to 1. Now we're going to go to your command phase. What did you do?
So in my command phase, I pulled behind enemy lines. I pitched that for a CP. So I redrew containment. Okay. I gained an extra CP from Azrael. And then for my Oath of Moment target, I actually am going to call the big dreadnought right there.
All right.
And then we are now in my shooting phase.
Right. Movement-wise? We did a lot of movement.
Yeah, we did a lot of movement. Like you said, the lieutenant moved. You took some pot shots at him. Azrael just shifted a little bit. I brought 5 of my Deathwing here, 5 of my Deathwing over here. And the Inner Circle companions moved up. The Deathwing Terminators also moved a little bit. I can charge Mephiston if I need to, right, but I've got some other flex options here.
And then I brought down here, so that's where we are.
Okay. So let's get to the shooting phase.
Alrighty.
We'll start off with the Ravenwing Black Knights. They can't use their fancy plasma guns, but what they can do is shoot their bolt pistols. So 2 quick shots into Lamarty's, 2 hits. Wound on 4s. 1 wound. AP nothing.
AP nothing. 3 up. Good.
All right. Then we'll do the same thing with the Invader ATV into Mephiston. So 1 shot. Hits on it hits. And it does wound. AP nothing.
Good.
Okay. Then we go to any other shooting at this point. It's mostly incidental. The only actual shooting I have is Azrael, because the lieutenant and the scouts are both containing edges. So Azrael's going to put his shots into. He's actually put it in the stern guard veterans.
All right.
So 3 shots. Those 2 of those miss, and then that's strength 8, so that'll wound at AP3.
1
damage 2.
1 kill 1. We'll take anyone but my bolter, heavy bolter.
All right, and then we will go to my charge phase.
Charging.
So I'm going to charge these Deathwing Knights into Mephiston.
All right,
on a 7. 7 will do, and that's once again because since Mephiston's fighting Ravenwing, they get +2 to the charge. So that will put them just outside of Mephiston's base right there. These guys into Amarty, same trick.
All right.
One more time. An 8.
All right, get there.
Means they have a functional 10-inch move. Oh.
Blowing up trees.
If there's anything that's going to knock over a tree, it's a Terminator.
Right.
We're going to put Azrael into those heavy Gravis intercessors over there. A 7 might do.
That looks like it.
7 does do.
All right.
Azrael gets over there. And
we will be back in a minute because I want to decide if I want to bring in the Sanguinary Guard.
we've got the Inner Circle Companions are going to go into the ball.
Just roll it. We'll move it in a minute.
That's an 8. That'll definitely do it.
What else we got?
They made it into the ball knot. I guess I will try to go over here. It's a 10-inch charge on these Terminators into Dante and Friends.
Oh, that looked like 11, man. You want to double check that?
Well, we'll check it. We'll see if it even matters. It's an 8.
All right, doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we'll be back. We'll move all this. Okay. All right, guys. So what I decided to do is come down here with the Sanguinary going to Azrael, seeing if I can pick up Assassination. Again, I got to roll dice, but see if I can pick up Assassination and stop him from getting a CP. And actually, when I return, that's the idea behind that. We'll let Mephiston go on his own. All right, so 8 attacks, hitting on 2s. At least miss. And then it's going to be hitting on 4s.
Real quick, Dave. That's Azrael is still oathed.
Oh, so those 2. Yeah, you're right. So there we go.
And then wounding on 4s because they used a strategy.
Yep. Oh, not great. Missed 3 of these. This is a dev. So we got 4 at -2, -3. All right, guys. We had a little bit of a. He rolled 4 dice, or 1 too many dice. We rectified it off camera. He ended up taking 6 wounds and dying. So now, so that was the end of that. Now we're going to move over to whatever you want to.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he's going to be here.
Mephiston had better die. That's all I'm saying. All right.
And I did score Assassination.
We're going my Deathwing Knights into Mephiston.
Yeah.
Drop that. Those are both sustains.
Okay.
Strength 6 to Mephiston. Wow, that was impressively terrible. So that's 1 dev wound and 1 save at AP2.
All right, 1 save, AP2. So this is going to be 4 up. Good. And then
2 damage.
2 damage, 5 up. 2 damage each.
There was just it's 2 damage.
Yeah, because you had dev wound for 2, right?
Yeah.
And so save the 1, so I'm gonna take 1.
Yeah.
All right, so he's down to I think 5. He's got 6 wounds. Yeah, he's down to 5. Ooh. So we can go back and look at right. Pretty solid. And sustained as well.
No, not these.
Oh.
These are strength 6, so they'll wound Mephiston on 3s. No dev wounds either. More bad rolls. Oh well. There we go.
All right, so these are AP.
AP2.
AP2. So I'm going to be on my 4 ups. So we'll take these misses out.
So that's 10.
How many? What are these each?
2 damage apiece.
2 damage each. All right, so this is going to be. I'll just keep these all in here. Right?
Yep.
Because it's 10. So 10 5 ups.
Okay.
Come on, baby. Save at least 6 of these. Oh, that's pretty solid.
Sure.
Save 6 of them.
Sure.
He's alive with 1. That was a good roll. All right.
Okay.
You're still your fight.
No, it's Mephiston now.
We do that. We do that now.
Yeah, it's alternating.
Okay, so Mephiston has 5 attacks. Let's do 2 into the bike, and the rest of them into the guys. Here's the guys in the bike. This misses. This hits. Strength is going to be strength. Looks like strength 8.
So
Strength 9 actually.
5.
Oh, misses anyway. And then the rest of these going into this misses. Oh, it's lethal. And then
T5.
3s. Just 1.
2.
Two of them at -3 D3 damage.
4 ups. Pass fail.
For 3.
Down to 2.
All right.
-1 damage on the
Yep.
Knights.
All right, now going to this right here.
Yeah.
You got to fight first on that again anyway, so
Yeah.
you charge. It doesn't matter.
So we'll do the inner circle companions. This is my oath target.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to go strike profile. So it's 24 attacks. 6. 12. 18 and 24 attacks. Hitting on 3s with Oath a Moment. All right. I'm actually going to fish for lethals here.
Okay. Pretty good.
And then we drop the 1s and 2s. Oh, thank you. And strength 6 to toughness.
Toughness 10.
So 5s. That
Pretty good.
is that many. AP2 damage too.
AP2.
Yep.
So I got a 4. He's got 2 up save. Now it's 4 up. So we'll take these out. These are the misses.
It's 2 apiece. Don't tell me he's got a feel no pain too.
Yeah, they all do.
Okay.
Death Company. So we have all Death Company has feel no pain. Yeah, right. 6 up.
Yeah, so it's 14 damage.
So we have 7, 14. So we have need 6s. So just looks like 1. Were these in here?
Yeah.
They weren't here. Or
they were already.
I rolled that. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
No. Those 2 that you pulled out, you did roll.
I did. That's
so
what
those
I was
were 2
asking.
misses.
All right. So
that's 13 damage.
13 damage, and that does get him. Does he blow up? He does not.
Okay.
All right. The Death Company Dreadnought is gone. He does fight on death. No, I'm just kidding.
What don't the Blood Angels have in that case?
That would be awesome.
We're going to consolidate into your Stern Guard and into your plane.
Okay.
And I still had the Judiciar if all that hadn't gone through.
Yeah, that's fine. So the Stern Guard, I think we'll start with that since it's since I thought I had it out.
Also, I still have my Deathwing Knights into your Wamartis, but if you want to just pick up
go ahead.
Wamartis.
Go ahead. Roll it out, man. Roll it out.
All right.
At least roll one of them out.
We'll start off with the Sergeant with his slightly different profile.
We don't pick up anybody on this channel.
Okay, all right. My bad. The Sergeant wants it. He gets 3 extra hits for his sustained hits. That is 5 AP2 damage too.
Maybe 2 damage you?
Yep.
So 4s.
Wow. All right.
Dude. All right.
Then here comes the next 20. So 10.
We live through this.
15. Yeah, I mean,
it would be awesome.
It would be the durable Blood Angels. All of that, and then 3s. All right, AP2 damage 2 on those.
All right, 4 ups.
Not quite.
Nope. All right, so let's just these are damage 2, you said?
Yep.
I'll just take these for right now. Yeah, okay, he dies. Lamarty's is dead. Comes off the board. Stern Guard Vets gets a swing. They have, it looks like it's you killed one of them, right? Yeah. They have, let's get this picture down here. They have chain swords, which is just gonna. Yeah, it's various chain swords.
No,
one of them has chain swords. The other one has to have close combat weapons. So the chain sword is going to be 6 attacks from the sergeant.
Okay.
And that's going to be hitting on 3s. Hitting on 4s, actually?
Yeah. Minus 1 to hit on them. Just
minus 1 to hit? Okay, so these miss. And then 4, what are there? What's that?
T4.
So 4s again. So just 1. Minus 1.
Good.
All right, now close combat weapons is going to be 4 attacks times 3. And that's going to be hitting on their minus 1, you said?
Yep.
So 4s. It's a pretty solid roll.
Yeah.
I've been rolling bad. And it looks like 4s again. Except on the wound. Just 2.
Okay.
No AP.
3s. Good on both.
All right. And the plane. I think the plane just sounds like 6 attacks, right?
Yeah, plane 6 attacks, strength 8, hit on 4s, so hit on 5s.
2.
Nice. AP nothing. Good on both.
All right. All right. I think that's it, right?
No, I got a quick close combat. We're going to see if I can chip that last wound off my fist on with an ATV. 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. And then strength of 4, so wounding on 4s. Just 1 AP nothing.
1 AP nothing, 2 up.
There you go. All right.
All right, so at the end of the turn, what did you score?
So I overwhelming force for 1 for Lamarty's.
Yep.
And I contained for 2 board edges for a total of 9 points.
And would you hold? You held?
I held 1, 2.
So it's going to be 4,
8.
So 8 points there.
Yep.
I'm not holding anything, so I will get nothing in this turn. And then we'll be back after my movement phase. All right, guys, we are back after my movement phase. So I got the overwhelming force, and I got cleanse. Actually, the first one I drew was behind enemy lines, which wasn't that great. I couldn't get back there, so I put it back for cleanse, which it wasn't that great either. So movement phase, we fall back here with the plane. I didn't have any CP, so I can't fall back, shoot, and charge. Fell back here, move these guys over so I can get some shots there. Move the gladiator land so I can get some shots here as well. Move these guys up so I can get overwhelming force on this guy. Moved him around, so maybe if I can figure out if I don't kill him, I'll make a charge there into them. And then I kept these guys inside of here so I can go into here, take some shots here, and then go into there and see if I can help Mephiston a little bit. These guys just stay there to shoot, so that's where we are. So Mephiston is going to do his pistol into that one bike. Oh, and these guys are my Alpha Moment target because I'm going to charge them. So Mephiston going into the one vehicle, plasma pistol. What's the strength on that thing?
T8 or T5.
T5, all right. So hitting on 2s, hits, and then 3s because it's T7. And that misses. Well, that's horrible. And then Fury of the Ancients I can't do because he's the pistol. It's not a pistol. Well, it is a pistol. I'm sorry, I can't do that. So Fury of the Ancients, Witchfire. Going to be 3 shots going to that same unit.
Okay.
Sustained 1. So just leave that in there.
Yep.
And then it's going to be Strength 4. Toughness is less, 5. So 5. So just 1.
AP?
AP 1.
Good.
All right. This guy's staying alive. All right, Mephiston's done. We're going to go with the heavy intercessors. Are going to go into that one guy there. So I have the heavy bolter going to be hitting on 3s. Heavy bolt rifle, I should say, hitting on 3s. I think I rolled too many dice there.
That was. It should be 3.
It's
3 with sustained hits 1.
Two dice. This is the heavy bolt rifle.
Oh, okay.
So misses it. And then this is the heavy bolter, which is 3 sustained hit, so that stays in there. And then it's going to be hitting on 4s.
Wounding on 3s, right? Strength 5.
Did I roll any 3s in there?
No.
Okay, it's wounding. It's hitting on 4s. So,
okay.
And then it is sustained still. Strength 5.
So wounding on 3s.
Just 1. There's a twin linked. It is not twin linked, so -1.
Good.
All right. So my stuff is failing me. Except right now my little fire. So Dante is going to put everything into that guy there. Well, his pistol, I should say. And the rest of the guys are going to put all their stuff into that as well. So
what's the range on Dante's pistol?
I'm looking. It's range 6, so we have to see if he's in 6.
Oh, I can't tell from this angle. I don't think so, though. No,
he's not. And
he is. Oh, yeah, but you can't shoot into them.
No, and then the Infernus pistol. I didn't give it to him. Then we have the range, just the angelic pistols, bolt guns, I should say. So then we have three of those. Those are range 12. Those are 2 each. And it's going to be hitting on 3s unless you have -1 for anything.
Nope, not for those guys.
All right. No sustain or nothing. And then 4s to 5s. So just 1. No AP.
Good.
All right. That's it for that. Let's go with the scouts. So we got 1 heavy bolter in there. So we'll shoot that one first. I know that one. I know that profile. So it's going to be sustain hits 1, hitting on 3s, hitting on 4s actually, and 5. It's going to be 4s, just 1 at -1.
Fails that.
Just 2 damage.
Okay.
And then the bulk, just the regular bolt guns. Now it's going to be 3 of those. Bolt guns are not rapid fire, hitting on 3s, just 1, and 4s, nothing. All right, killing me. Their shot. So we're gonna put everything here into those guys, I guess.
Okay.
We shot everything, right? So the gladiator lance. I should have just skipped all this and run right to the charge phase, man. So here's the gladiator lance. So we're gonna have the 2 shots.
So he moves, so it's on 3s down to 4s because they're -1 to hit.
All right. So 3s down to 4s, you said?
Yep.
All right. I'll reroll it for his 1s. That's still 3. And then 2s. It
goes right through.
All right. So it's going to be
it's D3 plus. It's just a dead body.
Yeah. Then we have storm bolters. Let me see if I get within 12. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to have. Let me get the dice ready on this. All right. So we have the storm bolters here going into that unit. Hitting on 4s because they're -, right?
Yep.
And then 4s again.
Yep. Just the 1.
Just the 1. Yeah.
I pass.
All right. The Icarus rocket pod misses, and then the
you should use the. Well, you have oath.
Well, no, oath is on those guys.
Oh, you're right. You do still get 1 free reroll for a 1 hit, 1 wound, 1 damage.
Right. I already used the hit.
Oh, okay.
On the first one, and I missed. I rolled 2 3s. So just 2 of these, and then this is the iron hail. So this is going to be 4s and 4s. I'll just use that. Just 1.
Pass.
Yeah, that's
AP 1, right?
AP 1.
Then it passes.
Yeah. AP 1. All right, so that's it for that. Charges, because everything else failed. Shooting did nothing. So we're going to charge. We're going to charge here first, even though you have... we're not doing that. Here. So they went with a 5.
Yep.
We're going to try to make this long bomb charge.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think I'm going to kill him, but I'm going to try it anyway. 10.
A 10 will do it.
All right. The sanguine oriented that one guy. He's in with the 9. And I think that is I'm gonna try. I'm gonna charge here.
Okay.
We'll see what we can do with that. I know they fight first. I'm probably just picking this up for. I'm probably just feeding this unit right there. But all right, we'll be back after I move all this. All right, guys. Get this right. All right, guys. So got in here, got in there, got in over there, got in right here. He does have fights first with the Judicar, so we can move all that stuff up, but we're not worried about it at the moment. We'll fix that afterwards. So go ahead.
All right. 20 attacks. Hitting on 3s here. No oath of moment. And strength 6. There was 2 6s in there. It's the lethals.
Yep.
And then wound on 3s. All right. That's 7 AP2 damage 2 into them.
7 AP 2 damage 2.
Yep.
So these are going to be 5-ups. Damage 2?
Yep.
You got them.
All right.
I know I was just sacrificing them, guys. I don't even know why I did it.
And I'll consolidate them here in a minute.
Yeah. Let's move these dudes out of the way. So then we'll go with well,
Let's have your sanguinary guard pick up my lieutenant real quick. That'll take 2 seconds.
yeah, let's do that. 8 dice. One more. So hits on 2, so those are hit. I believe that's lethal. I'll double check that if it's important. We have 1 dev.
Yeah, that's enough.
All right. Then Mephiston. And I'm going to have him go into the Terminators this time.
So here, I'm going to spend 1 to give them -1 to wound for the whole phase.
Okay. All right, so Mephiston going to have 6 attacks. I'm sorry. Let me get in there. 6 attacks hitting on 2s.
Actually, I want to double check something real quick. That stratagem I just used, it has peculiar wording.
Well, you're good, dude.
Yeah, no, it just affects them and it's everybody. I'm not debuffing you. Well, the target is them, not Mephiston or the Sangard. So yeah.
Okay, so on them.
They're just -1 to hit for everybody.
Okay. So hitting on 2s.
Actually, Mephiston is also -1 to hit because he's engaged too. So Mephiston's hitting on 3s. They're still hitting on whatever they hit normally.
So why is Mephiston hitting on 3s?
Because he's attached to this Ravenwing guy.
Okay, so that's part of the thing? Okay. So hitting on 3s. With lethal. So I have 1 lethal. They are my old target.
Yep.
So this comes out.
That's another lethal.
Lethal. Strength 9, toughness
5, so 4s to win.
4s. All right, so we have 4 of them at -3.
4 up invuln, fail all those.
All right, so
-1 damage.
-1 damage.
Yeah. That's
okay. So I'm gonna have to roll these separately because they're D3.
Well, I think you can just roll them all.
No, I can't because if
I don't have any feel no pains or anything, so it's just. Oh, you're right.
I have to roll them separately. All right. So first one. So that's gonna be 1.
Down to 1.
Second one
kills him.
Yeah, this is gonna only be worth 2 because you're minus, right?
Yep.
Second one. So that's gonna be worth 1. And that's going to be worth 2. So kills another one? Or like 4 wounds each?
4 wounds each.
All right, so that one's left on 1.
Yep.
All right. So now we will go to Dante. Could have sworn I picked them up, didn't I? All right, Dante going into them as well. So we have 9 attacks from Dante because of the charge. So that's 8, 9. And then it's gonna be I need lethals hitting on 2s, now 3s because of the strat. So this misses, this misses, this misses, this misses.
No. 2 of those are 2s. The only Mephiston had the debuff. To hit.
Okay.
They have the debuff to
win.
win.
So 2 of those were 2s?
2 of those were 2s,
and these are 1s. All right, so they hit. These are lethals.
Okay.
Because they were still my O's. I'm sorry, I thought they were all -1 to hit. I see what you're saying. So this is going to be strength 10, toughness 5. So 2s again, but you're -1 or you're -1 damage?
-1 damage. Okay. And I'm -1 to win.
Okay, so some winning on 3s.
Winning it, yeah.
So that's pretty good. These are not. So we have, looks like 8 of them at -3, 2 damage down to 1 damage.
Okay, so then this is 4 up invul. So that's 4 fails,
Okay.
which means it kills the one guy,
Right.
and then it drops another one down to 1.
Right. Okay. Now we have the Sanguinary Guard, which are going to have the spears, which will be 3 attacks each, and I got 3 of them, plus the extra one for the charge. And then these will have lance on it, so I'll get my +1 to wound back. I'm hitting on 3s, right? Because you're not -1 to wound, or -1 to hit. I mean,
yeah, but Dante does give them +1 to hit.
All right, so just still, then I'm hitting on 2s.
Yep.
And there are my oaths.
There's another 1 right there. Oh wow!
Wow! Roll that 1 back into 1s. That was not a 6. I hit it. And then so this is lance. So you're making me -1 to wound.
Yep.
But because of lance, I'm redoing it. So this is gonna be strength 8. So I'm wounding on 3s.
Yep.
So these come out, and so we got this many, which is gonna be, looks like 7.
Okay.
At -2.
4 ups.
Pretty solid roll.
3 fails damage.
It's 2 down to 1.
So that kills that guy and leaves another guy at 2.
All right. And that is it for that. I think you are up, sir.
Okay. No, scouts.
Oh, that's right.
It's the scout slap fight.
Exactly. All right, so scouts, we have 4 from the chainsword, hitting on 3s.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all hit. So we'll show some devs or something on that. And then strength 4, toughness 4, right?
Yep.
Yeah, toughness 4. So just 1, -1.
Pass.
All right. And then we have 3 close combat weapons. Actually, I have one more chainsword because I forgot about the.
No, you only. Oh, okay, 1 more attack. Yeah.
And then so that hits, and then it's going to be actually on 3s because of.
Oh yeah, you charge.
Yeah. So just 1. This was on a chainsword attack.
Fails that, so 1 guy's down to 1.
Okay. And then here is the other ones. So it's 2 attacks now, up to 1, up to 3. So this misses, this misses.
So you're strength 6, so you're winning me on 3s.
So just 2, no AP.
4s, fail both of those. So that knocks 1 guy out.
All right, so still keeps them from doing anything. You get to swing back on anything you want now.
Yep. All right, so we're going to go ahead and activate over here because I think, it's just my activations.
Yep.
So we'll start with the Deathwing Knight Sergeant. He'll put his attacks into Mephiston.
All right.
The other one will put his attacks into Dante.
Okay.
So first into Mephiston. 5 hits becomes 6 for sustain hits 1. Strength 6 with dev wounds. No dev wounds here. So that's just 5 saves from Mephiston at AP2, damage 2.
5 saves from Mephiston. So it's going to be AP2.
Yep.
So 4s. Pretty good. And then I missed 2 of those.
Yep.
And then damage 2, you said?
Yep.
So we have.
And Mephiston was on 1 earlier.
Yeah. So yeah, I need to save all these on 4s again. No.
Oh, he almost does.
And I don't have any rerolls.
And command reroll can't be used on Feel No Pains.
They can anyway, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Then 4 attacks into Dante and friends.
They are -1 to hit and melee.
Okay, that's good to know. So 2 hits, 2 wounds, AP2, damage 2.
AP2. All right. So AP2, so it's going to be 4 ups. 2 of them, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so at the end of my turn, didn't really score anything. Overwhelming force for 5.
Hold on, I still have my scouts need to fight yours real quick.
We'll do that. We'll do that off camera.
Okay.
Overwhelming force for 5. I didn't get cleansed. I'll put it back. I'm not holding anything, so this is actually killing me. We'll be back after the after Gabriel's movement phase. All right, guys, we are back after Gabriel's movement phase, command phase stuff.
All right, so in my command phase, I didn't get my extra CP because the Sanguinor just sniped Azrael. But we did pick up established locus and no prisoners.
Okay.
So we're going to just jump into, and that's basically it for my movement, or for command phase movement. We fell the scouts.
Oath. What's your oath?
Oh, my oath target is Dante and friends.
Okay.
We fell these guys back in my movement. He just slid back out of our little Necron tomb here.
Mm-hmm.
These two Deathwing stayed engaged. These inner circle pushed in. These guys moved and got Overwatch, but nothing quite happened with it.
Right.
These bikes just shifted over a bit.
All right.
And with that, I think we're ready to get to shooting. Fortunately, there's not too much of it. We'll start off with these intercessors back here. They're going to put all their shots into the scout squad. So that starts off with 20 bolt rifle shots.
All righty.
That is 8, 10, 15, 20, hitting on 3s. Those were hits. And then strength of 4 to 4.
They get you give them the double shots, right?
They automatically get it as long as all their bolters are targeting.
That's what I mean. You gave it to them. Okay.
And then wounding on 4s here. That's not a great roll. That's about 6.
AP?
AP 1, but you do get cover.
All right. So 4s or 3s. 3s?
It would have been 4s. Scouts have 1 minus save.
Well.
All right.
Killed one.
Then the 1 crack grenade coming through. This is also going to hit on a 3. No, it's not. All right, then we're going to jump over to the Invader ATV.
Dude, why are our scouts like right now?
Dude, those are my intercessors. I don't know what's going on.
They're like super tanky.
All right. Multi-meltas. Every time. All right. 2 shots with the twin link bolt rifle. 1 hit. And twin link, thankfully. There we go. 1 more at AP 1.
Kills one.
Just 1 damage.
All right, we'll put it on this dude right here.
All right. And then that is all they're shooting. These scouts can't shoot. The Terminators don't have guns. So the only other shooting that matters is going to be the bikes over here.
Okay.
We're going to put all of their shots into the stern guard right there.
Yep.
So they're within rapid fire range. We're going to overcharge these plasma shots, hitting on 3s, so naturally. Then strength 8, so wounding on 2s. That's 2 at AP 3, and I can see those stern guards.
Yeah, so 6s. Damage.
2 damage apiece.
Kills 2.
Hazardous check. Good on both.
Alrighty.
Okay, then I think we're on to charges because that's where we're living in this game.
Does it broke something? There it is. Hold on a second. Go ahead.
All right, so
what are we charging?
We're going to charge. We're going to charge the Inner Circle companions into Dante and friends.
All right.
That's a 9. That'll do.
Yep.
Then we will charge the Black Knights into the Stern Guard veterans. They'll make it on a 5.
Okay.
Then we'll charge the Deathwing Knights into the Sanguinor. They make it on a 3. I'm glad I moved them.
Yes, they do. And anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to charge the other Deathwing Knights into Dante and friends.
Okay.
Because I have a full health stack right
Yep.
here.
And
they'll make it as well.
We'll move all this and be back. All right, guys, here's what we got going on. So, charge in there. Got everybody in. Big blob right here. Everybody's in. That was all the and right there. It got charged in. Dante has the ability that everybody has to take a battle shock test. So, everybody did that, and who passed? Who failed?
The 5 stack and the Inner Circle, they all failed. The 2 stack, they're in it to win it. So,
and guys, we forgot that last time. No big deal. It was no harm, no foul on that one. So we're gonna start over here with the Sanguinor because he does have to fight first. That's gonna be 8 attacks.
I am going to give the Sanguinor -1 to hit.
All right,
or -1 to wound. Sorry.
Hitting on 2s. Do we have those? We do, but. And then -1 to wound, you said?
Yep.
So it's going to be strength 6, so it's going to be on 3s to 4s with dev wounds, right?
Okay.
So we have 2 devs. And these miss. That one misses.
All right.
So we have 4 at -3.
All right, so that's on my 4 Binvul. Fail 2 of them.
All right, and then we have there's 2 damage each.
Okay, so all of it goes down to 1 damage because I'm -1 damage.
Okay. So that would give you 4 damage.
And I'm actually going to use my once per game for Feel No Pain Against Mortals for those Deathwing.
Okay.
And one of them's live at 1.
2 more.
No. It was just the 2 dev wounds.
Oh, I thought you failed to.
I did, but those aren't dev wounds. Those are just regular wounds. So I don't get a
okay.
save.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were doing a feel no pain on all of that.
No, it's only for dev wounds.
Okay.
So they made it in. Now we can do the charges. So we'll start over there with the ones who just fought the Sanguinor. We're going to start with the Sergeant. 5 attacks, sustain hits 1, and dev wounds. Pick that back up. And then strength 6 to toughness.
Oh, that's 4.
All right, so that's 2 dev wounds.
Okay.
And 3 saves at AP2 into the Sanguinor.
3 saves, or 3?
Yep.
AP2.
Yep.
So it's going to be on my 4-ups. Saves 1. So what's the damage?
2 damage apiece.
So it's going to be 6.
Yep. I think he's at 1.
Yep, that 1.
All right. Then we have the extra 20 attacks.
I have no feel no pains on him. Come on, he's the manifestor out of the warp.
I mean, he's like the only thing in the army that doesn't have a feel no pain. Here we go. Then the rest of them, these will hit on 2s. Unless he's got a -1 for me somewhere.
No, he does not.
And then these will wound on 3s.
I'm sure there's a strat or something I can use, but...
I don't know if Liberator has defensive things. I think you just have a lot of I can still charge.
AP?
2.
2, so force. No, he dies.
All right.
All right, back to the warp he goes. Or wherever, either. I don't think he really hangs out in the warp, so he might. He might.
I remember reading in a book that like he's the light side of Sanguinius, and he fights the dark side that Mephiston is supposed to represent all the time.
Yeah, that was in the book Mephiston, actually.
Oh, okay. Then we'll go to these Deathwing Knights, since I've already got the 20 dice I need in my hand anyway. So they will hit on 2s down to 3s, and then because they're being led, it's -1 to wound, right?
Right.
So 3s and 4s to wound here.
Yeah, 4s or 3s -1 to wound hit because I'm just letting everybody know because of the Sanguinary Guard's ability. Plus, he's got Oath of Moment on them as well.
Okay, and then 4s to wound here.
4s are coming from Dante. -1 on Dante. All right, and
there you go. Just 6 at AP2 damage too.
6 AP2. Let me just grab my card here. Let me see what they. This is a 4-up invuln, right?
Yep.
I don't feel no pain on.
Yep, 4-up invuln, 3 wounds apiece.
AP1,
AP2.
AP2. So 4-ups. Pretty solid, but 3 wounds each. You said
2 apiece.
2 each. So that's going to kill 1
and a half,
and put 1 on. Yeah, 3 wounds each. That's going to kill 1 and put 1 on 1.
All right.
So 1's dead, and put 1 on 1.
And 10. All right. Then we'll go to the sergeant of that same unit. All of those hit. That one, 5 hits, and then this is dev wounds. No dev wounds, so that is just 2 at AP2 damage 2.
4-up. Good.
Nice. All right. Then we'll jump over to the Inner Circle companions. This time we're actually going to start off with the Judiciar. And he gets 5 attacks, and because we're fighting a character unit, I do get +1 to hit, so I'm going to remain on 2s.
Okay.
So everything hits,
Yep.
and then dev wounds and precision on this at strength 7. So 3s to 4s. That is 6 damage of dev wounds to Dante.
All right.
And 2 saves to Dante.
All right. 6 damage to Dante.
Yep.
All right. So that will be enough to get him. So Dante is dead.
Dante doesn't have a feel no pain or anything?
No, believe it or not, he did not.
Okay.
And then what was the other one?
The other one was 2 saves at AP2 damage 2.
It's 4-ups. Save them both.
Nice.
So I have Dante is dead. 1 Sanguinor is dead. Or I'm sorry, one
Sanguinary Guard.
Sanguinary Guard, and then 1's on 1 wound.
But then we have the rest of the attacks
Now
from
you got the rest from everybody else.
the Inner Circle. Now, also something to keep in mind, the Judiciar has just permanently buffed himself for this fight. Now he gets +1 attack for the rest of the battle.
Okay.
So 20 attacks from these guys. Normally on 3s, +/-1 leaves them on 3s with Oath of Moment. Lethal hits here. And wow, that was
Not a good
there was no 3s or 4s rolled on 20 dice.
There you go. Dude, but you roll a lot of 6s and 5s.
Yeah. There we go. Then
I mean, I'll take a lot of 6s and 5s and no 3s.
4s.
All right, put back what I need to save.
Yep. There you go.
All right, so AP?
AP2, damage 2.
All right, 4-ups. All right. It's a good roll.
It was a good roll, but
so this kills this guy.
Yep.
And then that kills, so that's 3. That kills them all. Man, that was a solid
That was a great roll.
I need to have 6 of these.
I'm glad I threw everything at them. Otherwise, I don't think they would have made it out.
Yeah, so that was actually pretty solid. I'm picking up one of yours. I'm sorry.
Yep. There we go.
And then you got these bikes to fight over here.
Yep.
Thank you.
This is a little more simplified. 6 attacks hitting on 3s. Strength 5, so wounding on 3s. Just 2 AP2 damage 1.
AP2?
Yep.
So 5s, damage 1?
Yep.
Kills 1.
All right, and then I think your Stern Guard get to fight back.
You're going to pile in or before I... I'm going to move him in anyway.
Yeah, I'll pile him.
All right, so he's touching. All right, so Stern Guard. It's got... looks like just combi weapons, so it's going to be 4 attacks. I'm sorry, not a combi, but a close combat. Hitting on 3s.
Oh, wow.
I missed them all. All right. That's it. What'd you score, sir?
All right, so I get no prisoners for 3 for the Sanguinor, Dante, and friends.
And Mephiston. Did you kill Mephiston?
Mephiston was last round.
Okay, yeah, so you got 3. Yep.
And then Established Locus, I will pitch for CP.
Okay. We'll be back after my movement phase. All right, guys, you see the score. It's getting out of hand. It looks like the Dark Angels are going to recover the relic in this game unless some craziness happens. So I'm going to pick them as my old target. I did get containment and secure no man's land. So this is going to have to be basically the thing that I go for. I moved my intercessors up. I advanced them. They got on there. I did not move the plane. He failed the battle shock test, so he's going to stay in combat. Moved him up there. Actually, I want to make sure, because I got plenty of movement here. I want to make sure that
His shortest range is 24 inches, and there's your line for it.
All right, so I'm there. All right, so that's it. Let's go to shooting. Let's just start with the scouts are containing, so we're not going to. All right, guys, we're going to start with the assault intercessor. So they did advance, but I do have assault, so I'm going to start with the heavy bolter. A heavy bolt rifle, which is going to be 2 shots, hitting on 3s. Both hit. And then wounding on 4s because of
5 to 5.
5 to 5. So both wound. Yeah, -1.
Pass fail.
1 damage.
Down. Well, yeah.
Just 1 damage.
So
and then
the wound and finishes that model.
3 hitting on 3s. Missed these 2, but I'm sure they're hitting on 4s. This is my ultimate target. Just 1. 4 again. And misses. I think I 2 get to reroll. No. Yeah, can I control that? All right, so they're done. Let's go to the Gladiator Lance. So we're going to go with the Lance Destroyer first into them. So that's going to be 2 shots hitting on 3s. They're on my oath target. So 1. And then I can't reroll. And then so it's going to be strength 14. So 2s. Wounds. -4. D6 plus 3 if you want to.
Yep, no, I'm thinking about it. I'm going to spend a CP and re-roll that.
All right.
It works.
Good. All right. So Storm Bolters hitting on, we got 4 of those. Hitting on 3s. Oath. And then 5s. And I guess we're going. So just 2. No AP.
Pass fail.
All right, just 1 damage.
1's down to 3.
It goes Rocket Pod. I guess I probably should have done this one. So we have D3 shots for 2. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. -1.
Pass fail. Damage.
2 damage.
Down to 1.
Alrighty. That's all for that. Then we're going to go with the Storm Raven. Needed this to do better. All right, so now we got the big guns, right?
Yep.
Storm Raven going, everything going into that. Into those Terminators. So we're going to start with the Hurricane Bolter, which are going to be 24 shots. It's 6 twice. Right, hitting on 3s. We're just going to pull out the misses. And these miss. And then 5s. Because these are strength 4. So just pull out all the misses. All right.
Nice.
No AP.
2s. Fail 3.
All right.
It's enough to kill this guy. Drop the next one down to 1. What's the OC on your fellas right there?
They're 2 each.
Okay. So you have taken the objective at this point.
All right. So Storm Strike Missile Launcher, 1 shot. Hits. Let's get to that boy. And then that does not wound. And then so now we got that. We did that. We did that. Blast Cannon, 1 shot. Hits. Strength is 12, so 2s. Wounds. -3.
Fail.
D6 plus 1 for 7.
That'll finish this guy.
All right, then we have the Malthus, and that's it. 2 more shots. So Malthus, hit. I think Malthus are 9, right?
Yeah, so 3s.
3s. How many left?
2.
2. I'm going to spend that one and reroll it. Still 1.
And I fail.
All right, D6 for 3. And I'm in Malta. It looks like I'm in Malta range. So that's going to be Malta 2.
Yeah, so that's enough.
Yep. And then that is it for that. That's it.
Okay.
These guys will do an action. You get to fight here, sir.
Yep. Everything hits. That's 4. AP 2 damage 1.
AP 2.
Yep.
So 5s. He dies.
I will not consolidate.
Alrighty. So at the end of my turn, I got containment for 2 and secure no man's land for, it looks like, just 2. So yeah, we'll be back after Gabriel's movement phase.
All right.
All right, guys, we're back after Gabriel's movement phase. All right, Gabriel, what card did you draw first?
So I drew Bring It Down and Area Denial.
Okay.
I nominated the Gladiator Answer as my Oath of Moment.
Yep.
For Battle Shocks, everybody passed Battle Shocks. So the ATV, the 2 Terminators, and this lone Terminator over there. Everybody shifted and moved around a little bit, and so now we're going to get to shooting phase.
All right.
I'm going to start off with the Intercessors back here. They're going to put everything into the Scouts.
All right. Scouts trying to live.
5, 10, 15, 20. Hitting on 3s, not a great roll.
That was not a good roll at all, dude.
And
I'm glad you shoot at Scouts.
4s to 4s.
Wow.
Yeah, it just got worse. Just 1. 20 attacks. 1 damage. It still kills a guy somehow. 1 grenade. That'll hit. That'll wound. AP 2.
Where'd that come from?
These guys. You would get cover, but it wouldn't matter.
Yep.
D3 damage for 1 damage. All right. Then we're going to go to this ATV. We're going to try the Melta again. Okay, it finally hit. 2s. That's just 1 for you at AP 4. And then the Twin Link Bolter. And that's just 1 for you at AP 1.
Yes.
It's a fail either way. No. It was just one.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Oh, just one damage?
Yeah. It was just one shot that got through for 1 damage.
Oh, I got you.
Then we'll go to these scouts, and we will just pray that these scouts can finish him off. So the rocket wounds, AP2. 6.
Oh.
6 up. There we go. All right. That is it for, that's literally all the shooting that's possible. So, no, not quite. We're going to go to the ATVs. We're going to put all their plasma bolts into the Gravis.
Okay. I will spend for Oath. Or not Oath,
Armor.
Contempt.
Yeah. We are, you know what? The Emperor says thou shalt always overcharge plasmas, and we follow the Emperor here. So everything hits. Actually, 2 more because they're within rapid fire range.
Yep.
Hits, and then 3's to wound. That is 5, AP3.
AP3 down to 2?
Yep.
So it's going to be 5 ups?
Yep.
So, looks like only 2.
So 2 damage apiece.
2 damage each. All right, so it's going to kill. I failed there. So 1 dead.
Yep.
1 on 1.
And then over hazardous check. I fail 1 on the hazardous check.
All right. 1 guy eviscerates himself.
And
Charges
it is. So we're going to start off with the Inner Circle Companions and the Lancer. A 6. I don't actually know if 6 makes it.
I think it does.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
it does from this angle. Yeah. So they'll just get right up to the wall. We'll fix that later. We're going to do the Lone Bike into the Storm Raven. That's a 6 as well. He makes it. Then we're going to do the
other side.
Other side. We're going to do the last Deathwing Knight into that Heavy Intercessor. That's a 4.
Okay.
I have the CP to reroll, but that is just out.
Needs a 5. Will he do it?
Yes.
Yeah. Get him with a 10. All right.
Okay.
We'll be back. All right, guys. So we got all this in. He's inside here. We got to show a little bit here. Within engagement range. Engagement range. Okay. Where are you starting?
All right. We'll start with the quick and easy ones first. The Terminator Captain into the Gravis Marine. So drop 1, but sustain 1. And then strength 6 to
5.
I think it's 6 on the Gravis.
That might be. It's a good question. It is 6.
Okay, so that's just the 1. AP2 damage 2.
AP2, huh?
Yep.
I need a 5 up.
That'll do.
Nice. Still alive with 1.
Don't know how that happened, but all right.
He's got 1 wound.
Then we'll go to the Lone Bike. He hits everything, and because he charged, he gets anti-vehicle 4 up. So that's 2 at AP2 into the Storm Raven.
Saves 1. Takes 1.
Oh, 1 damage.
1 damage. All right, he's down to whatever. He'll take 1 wound.
Okay, and then
he's down to 13.
We'll go to the Inner Circle Companions.
All right,
and they will do their song and dance. We'll start off with the character Judiciar. 8 attacks, hitting on 2s. Everything hits. Devastating wounds.
Takes 3?
Yep.
3
and
devs.
Then 2 saves at AP2.
All right, so 3 devs and 2 saves AP2.
Yep.
So it takes those as well.
So that is 2 damage apiece for, I believe, 10.
10? All right, he's got, that's it? Oh, no, I'm sorry, he's got 2 left. Look at the Judiciary.
What's that?
Look at the Judiciary.
Yeah, no, he's
smacking.
He's doing way more than he usually does. 10, 15. All right, 20.
We're coming in here by himself. He's like, I don't need anybody else. I'm going to you in my hourglass.
I'm going to kill this tank with my sword. Give me 1 second.
Exactly.
All right, we're just fishing for lethals here. That got better. It's at least 7 so far. And then these are going to be on 5s. That's 11. So let me just pull these out and get all those pushed in for you.
All right.
AP2 damage 2.
So 5s. He's dead.
Yep.
Does he blow up?
He does.
Blow up. All right, so it's only D3, so for 2.
One of the inner circles down to 1.
This is gone.
Then we will just tag on to your home objective.
Yep. All right, so I think at that point we can pretty much call the game.
Yep.
Because I can't do anything else. You killed everything else. I only have 2 miles left on the table. So it looks like you're going to score what at the end of this turn?
So this turn, I'll bring it down for, I think, just 2.
Okay.
And then area denial, I maxed for 5.
Okay, let me score this up real quick. All right, guys, we're back after the score. You saw it. The score is, before we jumped out, it was 12-48. Unless I made a mistake in there, and I might have, but we'll when I go through the editing, I'll check it out. Just to finish the turn out, I will get 8 points for that. It will disappear after this turn, or the start of this turn, actually. And then I didn't get anything for my cards, so the score will actually end at 48-20. So at the end of this game, it looks like the Dark Angels are going to recover the relic, the Necron's relic. They're a little secretive, not bringing it back to the Emperor, bringing it back to the mountain.
Yeah,
back to the mountain.
I am blanking on what the rock.
The rock. Just the rock. Yeah, bringing it back to the rock. The Lion gave orders to bring it back, overturning Dante's order and keeping it in. But either way, Dark Angels win this one. It was pretty good game. You really gummed up the middle objectives, which was good. I couldn't get in there, and I think going first was pretty solid for you.
I think just being able to pick up the Death Company was huge, because I knew if I let those Death Company run and hit me, nothing I had was going to stand up to that charge phase. So
yeah, it was solid, and that's what I said. Going first was pretty good. Once you got on there, I couldn't take you off.
Yeah,
I tried, but I couldn't. Dante and three Sanguinary Guard, pretty good.
Yeah,
in my opinion, I think they're pretty good. They took a lot of beating right there from those knights.
They did. -1 to hit, -1 to wound, and in melee is just really strong.
Yeah. Now I know you don't play Dark Angels often.
Yeah.
For fun you do, not competitively. So competitively, real quick, we don't really get competitive on this channel. However, competitively, why not play Dark Angels?
Why should you?
Why don't you play them?
I think that Dark Angels just kind of fell just shy of me.
Oh, you're good. I was just checking out.
Fell just shy of what I was looking for. I played Votan for a while, and I liked the shooty. Custodians were my first army, and when I saw the fun rules they were getting, because basically that new Dreadnought detachment was for Custodians is my 9th edition Custodians army. So I just played that. That said, I do love Dark Angels, and with all the new stuff we have coming, I actually think they're a little more defensive than Custodians are, just because they have -1 damage tools, -1 to hit.
Right.
Custodians are, they live and they mostly die. So with Ember's Children coming out, Dark Angels actually, I think, are a little better position, because you have -1 to hit on the inner circle, fights first on the inner circle. The Deathwing Knights are -1 damage. That's really big against the mass number of attacks that Ember's Children. Whereas I think other defensive armies are going to struggle a little bit if they're just, good saves and good toughness.
And I think that -1 damage is solid. Like, I know like Death Guard used to get an 8th and 9th edition. We're discussing Resilient. I get that. But that is, I don't know if people really understand how good that is. It's really, really good.
I mean, we saw that none of my Dark Angel Terminators got picked up off the table. And it, down to 2, down to 1, but they're still alive. And I mean, that unit lost 4 to,
a lot of shooting.
But the 4th wound and -1 damage just makes that break point for them really strong. They're some of the toughest units in the game. So I think Dark Angels are really great. I think they're in a pretty good position, as shown when they really didn't get touched in that last balance pass last week.
Right.
So it's a fun army. And if you just love Marines and you love a durable melee Marine, that's the flavor, in my opinion, to go for.
And guys, I don't always play an optimal list for Blood Angels, but I still think Blood Angels are good. I like the characters. I think the characters are awesome. How you can play Blood Angels list and not put in like Dante, or especially with Lamarty's -1 damage. Again, we talked about that.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to run them with 10 men, but I mean, I do. I think it's pretty solid.
I thought those Hellblasters were going to pick him up, and I was surprised when it didn't. It took almost all of their shooting on both living and dying before that unit finally went down.
Exactly. And the 6 up Feel No Pain.
Yeah.
6 up Feel No Pain, and then having damage on that whole unit. And they hit hard. when they charge. It's still pretty solid. And I think Mephiston is good, but he's more of a I don't know if he's a competitive play, but he's still a pretty solid unit.
I think Mephiston is competitive, but like if you would have just had him over here the whole game, like I couldn't have touched that objective because Mephiston would have just blended anything over there.
I think there was a couple mistakes I made in the game was running Mephiston right in the middle of everything, which is kind of dumb. I ignored this, and you really went light over here, and I think that if I could have came over here a little bit faster, maybe even brought some of my other units here quicker would have been better. You kind of locked down my scouts, which stopped me from doing a lot of things because you stayed within 6 inches of my scouts. In fairness to myself, this is the first time I've had scouts, so you don't when you play a unit for the first time, you don't know what they do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you don't know how to use them, and they're for 60 points, 50 points.
I think it's 70, but no,
that is 70. So those are pretty solid as far as up and down. You just stopped it. You know how to play them, so you just stopped it from happening. It stopped me from getting engaged and behind enemy lines. And I couldn't get back really too early. But anyway, Gabriel, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
Dave.
As always, guys, God bless. Peace out.